Recap in minutes. Today we will be going through an action and drama movie from 2019, entitled, Little Monsters. There will be spoilers ahead in this video, so chill out and enjoy. The movie begins showing a man named Dave, who is a struggling singer and used to sing on the streets for his livelihood. After he broke up with his girlfriend Sara, he went to his sister's house. His sister, Tess, is a nurse and has a 5-year-old kid named Felix. Felix wakes his uncle and asks him to play with him, but he remains reluctant and gives him his VR set to play some violent games. His sister comes home and argues with Dave over giving him his VR and showing guns, blood, and violence. He removes his set and says he will not do that again. At dinner, Dave does not like tofu on the menu, and hurls abuses and shouts bad words in front of his nephew. She warns him that she will kick him out, and will not care what he is going through. When she says she has nothing else for dinner, he gets up and goes to Domino's to get himself some good pizza. When he comes back, he wakes Felix up and goes to Sara's apartment. He dresses him like Darth Vader and opens the door, but both of them are shocked to see Sara intimating with another man. He shouts at her saying that they have been together for the last 9 years, and now he has come to her with the wedding proposal through his nephew. But she does not care anything. He gets angry at the man when he intervenes. He tries to punch him, but he is overpowered with ease. He requests him to leave him, and she says he needs to grow up. And says there is a difference between being with someone and being there for someone. When they come back home, they find Tess waiting for them. She was worried all the time and asked him why he took his kid. Felix tells her the whole story, and she feels it was inappropriate for her son to see Auntie Sara naked. She yells at him to get out of her house. But he starts to cry like a child in front of them. Now she says if he wants to stay with them, he has to contribute, and she asks him to put him into the bed and take him to the school tomorrow. The next day he goes to drop him at the school, and he comes again to take him back. Felix's teacher, Miss Caroline, attracts him. He tries to talk to her and talk about his band. Caroline talks about her religion, Christianity, and does not get impressed by his band thing. Meanwhile, her assistant comes and makes excuses not to join her on their trip to the farm. Suddenly Dave expresses his wish to join them voluntarily and she agrees. At night, Tess tells Dave that Felix has a gluten allergy, and shows him a pen when it occurs to him again. She explains to him how the pen works, and asks him why he is volunteering to join them on the trip. He simply replies that he is actually a good person. In the morning, he joins the class for the trip and goes to the Pleasant Valley farm. The kids get excited to see Teddy, a showman from the kids' show. Dave starts to dislike his presence there. While at the facility, which happens to be near a U.S. Army testing facility, 2 security guards were doing their daily job, and witnessed that one of their soldiers had turned into a zombie, and was eating a facility scientist. They shoot him and report to the control room that they have had a huge security breach at their section. The female soldier runs away to get the backup. But in the meantime, the injured scientist, who is now turned into a zombie, gets up, grabs the soldier, and starts eating him. When the guard soldiers hear the alarm of the red alert, they run back into the facility to check what happened. While the class was busy with their fun with the animals, the U.S. facility was overrun by the zombies. They start to walk to the Pleasant farm where the kids and families are enjoying themselves. Some Chinese tourists spot them, but they have no idea who they are. They try to take a picture with one of the zombies, but he munches on him. The other tourists panic and run away from the scene. Meanwhile, Caroline and Dave are busy with the kids for their exercise. When they take a tractor trip, they see a zombie eating an animal on their way. The driver gets off the seat and sees what is going on. Suddenly, the zombie attacks her and munches her too. Caroline notices her and is shocked to see him eating the driver. She tries to run back but stumbles upon a spade. She tries to stop him, but this does not help her much. She shouts at Dave to drive the tractor and get away from there. She rides back on the truck and pretends to be normal to the kids. Now they move forward to go to their school bus to go back to the town. But gets stopped when Dave sees everyone on the road has turned into a zombie. They are all eating the humans and animals on the road, and Miss Caroline does not want the kids to panic. So she says they are playing a game with them. They get off the truck, line up behind the miss, and walk to reach the bus. Dave fights some of the zombies to keep them away from the kids. Somehow they make their way to the parking area, but Caroline is shocked to see more zombies there. She takes the kids to a shelter house near the farm, where Teddy has secured himself. She requests him to open the door for them, but he does not care. When she sees the zombies are coming closer, she finds a small entrance to the adjoining room. She asks the kids to be the wiggle worms and enter the cabin. In this way, she secures the kids from the zombies. Miss Caroline also crawls to get in and succeeds eventually. Dave fights some zombies and climbs up the roof of the cabin and breaks into it. He lands on Teddy and they start to fight, as he does not let them in. Dave knocks him off with his guitar and opens the door for the kids. After some time, Teddy comes back to his consciousness, and tells everyone that they are all going to die here. He yells at them saying that those zombies have eaten his cameraman too. Miss Caroline diverts the attention of the kids saying that he is unhappy, because we are winning the game. Caroline tells them that zombies are in the video games, they are not real. She gets up saying that Teddy needs a hug. She threatens him with a knife, and forces him to say that they are playing the game. She does all of this just to calm the kids because she is responsible for their safety. Meanwhile, Dave gives every kid a pack of dairy chips. Felix eats them as well and his allergy gets triggered. His uncle tries to use his allergy pen but he uses it wrongly. Caroline rushes back to see what happened, and tells Dave that Felix has another pen in his bag. They decide to go back to the tractor where they left their bags. Dave wants to go to get the pen, but Felix does not want him to leave him. So Caroline steps up to take the medicine. When she goes out of the hut, she is immediately surrounded by the zombies. Then Caroline picks up a shovel and starts fighting multiple zombies. She runs as fast as she can to avoid the zombies, while David does his best to keep Felix calm. There Caroline kills a masked zombie by chopping his head off. She realizes that decapitation can kill the zombies, so she continues till she gets to the tractor. She gets the bag in a hurry and finds the medicine, runs back to the kids in the hut after killing more zombies. Caroline arrives just in time and saves Felix by using the allergy pen on him. She announces to everyone that Felix will be fine now. Everyone celebrates his recovery, and suddenly they hear a helicopter and think that they have come for them. Teddy goes up the roof to call out to the helicopter but it ignores them. He yells at it but falls off the roof. Zombies approach Teddy and he runs back to the door. They all see him knocking and zombies coming towards them. But Caroline does not open the door for him. Meanwhile Dave climbs up the roof and offers his hand to him. He instantly grabs his hands and gets saved by him. There he reveals to Dave that he misused his fame in order to get laid by vulnerable moms. He even tells his real name Nathan to him. At night, the US military colonel makes a plan to clear the area from the zombies. He spreads the map to mark their positions. Tess and the other parents want to get their kids back from the farm, but the army men don't let them pass through their perimeter. She calls Dave, but he is unable to connect as the signals are out there. She goes straight to voicemail and becomes emotional, and asks him to take good care of her son. While on the other hand, Dave helps Felix and the other kids to go to sleep with a nice rhyme. When they are asleep, Dave and Caroline get to know each other well. Dave tells her that he has broken up with his girlfriend and is now single. While she explains that she's not engaged anymore, because her fiancé was cheating on her. She wears her engagement ring just to keep creepy dads from flirting with her. In the morning, the army starts to move to their farm. But Dave comes up with a plan to escape from the hut. Dave, Teddy, and Caroline decide to create a distraction for Dave to run to the tractor, but Teddy says it's better to use his van. Because that is fast and will be a more viable option. Caroline agrees with him and asks him to hurry to get the van there. When he tries to go up on the rooftop, he suddenly falls to the floor. Dave helps him get on the roof and distracts the zombies. He makes some noise to keep the zombies away from Teddy, while Teddy kills some zombies on his way and makes his way to the mobile van. He immediately gets inside the van and locks it up. Dave also reaches him, but Teddy does not open the door of the vehicle. Meanwhile, a hidden zombie shows up from behind and kills Teddy. Terrified, David climbs on top of the van and gets a call from his sister. He thinks it is his last time talking to his sister, so he thanks her for everything she's done in their past. But he loses his phone because he also has to fight the zombie inside the vehicle. While in the hut, Felix escapes from the group dressing up as Darth Vader. He manages to evade the zombies and makes his way to the tractor. Eventually, Felix ends up rescuing David from the zombies by coming to the van driving the tractor. Then they go to Caroline and the kids to rescue them as well. All the kids escape from the farm riding on the vehicle. While on the tractor, Caroline plays some music for the kids, and the zombies happen to respond to the music by clapping. When they reach to the army checkpoint, they aren't allowed to pass, because the colonel fears that these survivors might be infected. When the colonel spots the kids, he lets them through. Dave tells them to sing a song to the zombies, but the army men unleash a brutal attack with their guns and weapons. The fighter jets also drop a bomb on the area to destroy all traces of the zombie virus. The movie ends when the kids, Caroline and Dave, are taken away by the army for quarantine and study purposes. Colonel meets Tess and the other parents and reassures them that their kids have survived the virus, and they should all thank Dave and Miss Caroline for protecting their kids. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Recap in minutes for more videos like this, and help the channel grow.